was looking for this question. Since I have you, I really need some more hours, man. Like, I could use more shifts, and it would be great if the tips got split evenly as well. Just a thought. Anyway, my name's Ira Cross, and this is First Mic, where we talk to comics about their first time on stage. Today, we got Def Goldblum. For real though, man, like tips, extra shifts. I didn't think that was unreasonable. As you can tell, I have a Afro microphone cover because I'm special and you're not. There's that. Ladies and gentlemen, as you just heard, we have the wonderful, amazing Def Goldblum.
Oh,
Def.
hi, everybody. Hey.
Def.
Then your camera said, hey. yeah. I'm here for it.
All of it. Yes. So, dude, I'm just going to dive right into the first question. What made you, like, comedy? I want to do it. I love comedy. What about it?
Bill Cosby.
Fro mic.
I mean, okay, yeah. No, I grew up with it. My dad was a big like music and comedy guy, and
Sure.
And like he was one of those guys who like worked construction, but like had the construction van.
Okay.
But it had like 8 speakers like throughout the entire thing. And so we were either listening to Queen or people like Bill Cosby. Red Fox was a really big one.
Red Fox,
and George Carlin.
So
as a kid, I grew up in a very restrictive religion. Bill Cosby kind of spoke because he did like he did stuff about Noah and the Bible and things like that.
He did Queen stuff.
And then Red Fox was kind of the flip side of that. My dad had I think it was called it's Fug It was one of his albums, and that alone was enough. He'd be like, "That's a funny joke. Don't ever repeat it. It'll get us in so much trouble." You know? And so it was kind of like our little secret, you know.
Yeah.
And so I always wanted to do comedy.
Sure.
Fell in love with Saturday Night Live and Chris Farley and all that growing up. And then later in life, was going through some stuff, and I was looking at my roommate at the time. I was like, I think I want to do stand-up. And he was just basically like, about time, you know, like, yeah, you should get out there. You should do this.
Hell yeah.
And it's been going ever since.
Love it. No, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna go to my notes because I already forgot what I wanted to say. No. The next question that I usually go with is, comedy in Columbus is very different, but it's also it's unique, but it's also like very similar to just Midwest comedy energy.
Yeah.
So what about Columbus comedy do you love, vibe with? What about Columbus comedy? Like, tell me about your love and thought process around Columbus comedy.
Yeah, no, I love the Columbus comedy scene. It's my church at this point. It's my community.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I've performed in other cities and taken time there just to kind of explore places like Austin and stuff.
Yeah.
But Columbus is kind of like this wonderful little central hub where you get the people from all over the Midwest, people traveling from New York and such, or people if there a lot of comics travel by road. That way you can just you don't have to worry about paying for plane tickets. You can hit clubs along the way.
Yeah.
And Columbus is one of those like right along the way.
Right.
And so I've met a lot of cool people that way. It's also a great central spot where if I've got a road gig, I can head out or take a plane to wherever.
Yep.
It's been a wonderful formative place,
right?
With a lot of really funny people.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it is it's once you start hanging out with some of the comics around Columbus, you kind of don't want I've hung out with other people, and I'm not knocking other scenes. You guys are great, but Columbus comics, they'll give you creative criticism while busting your balls and make you feel happy about it.
For sure. No, I love it. So just thinking, I'm trying to think. So you have done a lot of stuff, and we'll talk about open mics in a second when we get to our rapid fire edition. But aside from doing comedy and being on stage, you also host comedy shows.
Yeah.
And you host, you produce, and you also, host open mics as well, which some people despise wanting to do because they know the effort that goes into hosting it. Tell us, talk to us about, your hosting and how much why you love to do it, and what does it bring out of you, and what does it do for you?
Yeah, I host an open mic. I do. It's currently every Wednesday here with the independent comedy collective with Ira and folks here at the Valley. And it's kind of like I like hosting an open mic because I have a couple baby mamas and kids, so it's getting out's a little bit harder to do, but I can try out a bit more material if I'm at my own open mic.
Yeah.
And so it's cool. Plus, because I produce other shows and I try to pull so much from the community, it gives me an opportunity to see other comics grow.
Right.
I love watching comics start a joke, and then back in the day I'd go out with them every day,
Yeah.
and I'd see that joke come to fruition, go from being, sometimes they just have an inkling where it's like I'll chuckle, it's a bad joke right now, I will chuckle because I hear what you're trying to say, and then by the end of the month they have 5 minutes based on this one stupid little premise that they knew there was something there, and I think that's the beauty of an open mic,
For sure.
When you watch a special, you're getting the end product.
Yeah.
But watching the struggle of formulating a good bit is and it's not always a struggle. Sometimes, but it's thoroughly enjoyable.
For sure. I think we were kind of talking about this before we had everything set up today, you and I. But it was just like it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like as a guy that does go to the gym relatively a lot. It shows.
Yeah, me too. I meant to ask you where it was when I got here. Yeah.
But no, as a guy that goes to the gym, it's really cool to see my own progress for sure. But I'm always impressed by people who go to the gym and they you see their progress over time, whatever that looks like. Whether they're on the treadmill all the time and they were walking, now they're sprinting or running, whatever, or they're lifting and now they're just bigger. Whatever that is, really cool to see that progress. And it's the same thing for a comic, man. To see that, like you were saying, that inkling of a joke and then they build it out into a whole 5 minutes. That's awesome. Or they have 5 minutes somehow, but then they just sharpen it, clean it up. It's getting cut down, better and better. And, it's just really cool to see people grow and develop. And I think personally, just me giving you your flowers, you do that for people, even if you don't realize it. And that's why they love coming to mics that you're in charge of, that you're working, that you're hosting, because they know they're going to get support. They know they're going to get their balls busted, but in a good way to help them grow and develop their joke. So I'm nice to them, but not you, because you haven't subscribed yet. What is that about? YouTube, go subscribe right now. Watch the full video. Jeez.
Because I everybody will say go to Def's mics or go, get Def at your show. He'll laugh at every joke, and they're right. But sometimes I will laugh at a joke not because it's funny, but because it's not.
Yes.
If you write a joke bad enough, I will laugh at it.
Yes.
I will then tell you afterwards, I had someone one time, they're like, you like that one? I was like, no. No, but I know what you're trying to do. Here's how you go about that.
Yes.
And it's not what I want to be. I'm not trying to be an ass by any means. And more often than not, I'm not going to come at you about your jokes.
Right.
Unless you say something really mean-spirited. You can say mean stuff, but if you mean it to be mean, it's a little different.
It's a little different. And you always preface things at the beginning of the mic of you can say what you want, but there are consequences.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The First Amendment to protect you from the government.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it. You say something, once you get out those doors, Def, Goldblum, and the Valley, and Independent Comedy we are not liable for anything that happens.
Nope.
Because that's actually why I love stand-up comedy too. Is it is taking ownership of your words. So many people can post online anonymously.
Right.
And some people could say, well, your name's Def Goldblum. My name is Def Goldblum. It's not anonymous. My name's Def. I actually encourage people to try stand-up comedy, even if it's not for them, or just get out and speak publicly once in a while, because it forces you to say something for yourself.
For sure.
And that's, a lot of people look to stand-up comedians for that. They want to hear someone say something meaningful, but also they want to laugh. They want to feel good about whatever they're hearing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that I'm kind of skipping around in questions, but that kind of leads to the last question I typically will ask. But what would you tell a new comic or somebody who might be interested in maybe starting and getting into comedy, into stand-up comedy?
The biggest thing there, and I've given this advice before, is just start writing. And I'm actually going to give 2 pieces of advice, because it's that's one, and then there's a second part of that. One is write about everything. The comics will say, well, you got to find your voice first. There's a secret to that, and it shouldn't be a secret. The secret of finding your voice is you write about everything.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has a relationship jokes. You write your relationship jokes.
Right.
That way you help find your voice in that. You may, an abortion joke. Whether you like abortions, you can be anti-abortion. If you have a joke about it and you have a funny way of getting your idea across, get it out there. That way, once you get all those bases covered, you start talking about the other things. That's finding your voice is simply covering all the bases that everybody else has their opinion on. And then you start to get to think about all the other stuff that affects you personally on a regular basis. You'll find it talking about all those other things.
Sure.
And so that's the big one is get past writing about all you're going to feel like some of it's mundane, or you're going to be like, I just heard somebody else talking about fat ass bitches the other night. I don't want to. No. You need to have a bit about big booty bitches. That's the law. But no, once you get past that, then you just start producing your own shows.
Right.
That's the second one. Is
there it is.
If you're not getting booked, produce a show, and then you'll understand why.
Word. That is such a good. If you're not getting booked, make your own show. So because it's funny. You say that and kind of jokingly. Kind of. I mean it, but I also got to. Yeah, but it's one of those things where like people don't realize. Like how hard something is until they start doing it or trying it. Like I have never wanted to do crocheting, but I've seen some. It's random. Go with me on this.
Okay.
I've never. Brandon, go with me on this. As Brandon takes his headphones off.
I can't crochet.
Of course you can.
Of course, Brandon
can like crochet. A guy who crochets.
My mom and sister are.
I bet they are. My grandma's fantastic at it, so I don't
generations.
Goodness, generational hand down of crochet skills. Hey, Andrea. we have regulars that come up through here. We're like Cheers, but on HBO in the 90s.
You guys are on HBO?
Well,
in the 90s?
That would be great. Money that we would be having. Anywho, crocheting. So crocheting looks really cool when you like have the shirt, the start, the whatever, you're like, oh, this is really cool. This is impressive. This person made it. But then when you start to like do it, you're like, damn, this person made a whole shirt. And like you think about the time that it takes to go into it and like the different angle, the different technique, all that stuff. The same thing going to produce a show, you really would appreciate it more. Then you're like, oh, I haven't got booked because I haven't been showing up on time. And I haven't gotten booked because I don't know, I haven't reached back out to the person I need to talk to, like all of those different things. So then you start to feel those pieces.
You put together a show and you do the marketing and stuff, but you always want the people on the show, you want their fans, no matter how few there are, to know that the show's happening. And if they're not sharing it, suddenly you're just like, well, if you're not going to help, like we all have this image of just being the artist where we just have to walk up on stage and that's what Austin is for.
Yes.
That is the Disney World for comedians. It's all hype. It is. I mean, like
Disney World.
It is.
Austin,
if you go there, you get the experience because you'll get to go up on multiple stages per night and stuff. But that's not work. That's the fun part. There is a work ethic part of you go out and you have to practice your jokes.
Yeah.
But it's also that's fun. Yeah. The flip side of that, if you want to be a professional comedian, is you have to put yourself out there. You have to do marketing. You have to self-promote. As uncool as that is,
I mean,
anybody who knows me or the people will tell you, I hate doing self-promotion. My face wasn't on a lot of my marketing for the first 2, maybe almost 3 years. I didn't like having my face out there just because it felt weird.
It's cringy.
Yeah. I'm that millennial. I don't want to be cringy.
It's cringe, bro.
But the reality is I can say Def Goldblum till I'm blue in the face, but when people see my bald bearded face up there, they're like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, Def. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's recognition. They know who you are.
Yeah. That's the brand. You are your brand.
Yes.
And you have to be an ambassador for your brand.
Yeah. And that's even outside of comedy. That's everything that you're doing. If you were doing something, I mean, I won't say that's everything that everybody does, but if you're doing something where you need to be front facing with people, you are your brand.
Yeah.
Whether you're doing comedy or you're an actor or you're, I don't know, a business owner of some kind, you got to be front facing in some way so people recognize you and your brand. And I think some people are afraid to do that for a lot of reasons. One of them being it's cringe.
And I struggle with it all the time. I'm lucky, I'm a parent. I've got kids, and some of them are old enough to be like, do it. You know, like but they're also too young to really have an honest, like good judgment on things. You know,
They don't know.
My 11-year-old daughter's wearing what is it, fingerless gloves, you know, and she's getting into the emo stuff that I grew up with, and like I want to, but at the same time, like I get to see why my parents thought I was a dweeb. You know, like you're not a dweeb, sweetie. I promise you, she's totally a little bit of a dweeb.
And you're like, oh,
yeah, I get it now. I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Bathroom's back that way. It's cool, John. We just gonna put her in the video.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah,
you're good. She had no idea this. It's cool.
No,
we got
don't
we have bright lights.
I'm not
we
even supposed to be here.
No,
Yeah.
we just have bright lights to make me look good.
They're doing okay.
They're doing great.
They're doing
We're here. It's a bar. Everybody, if you've been catching up with all these episodes, you already know all of the people who are a part of this cast. John is behind the camera, somehow quiet.
Yep.
He's trying to be quiet. John, okay? Look, Brandon always gives me crap about my sound, which is great because it's making me better. I didn't cry. But what I will say is
that's the better part.
John on this microphone, can you imagine? What if he was amazing for some reason? I'd be so mad. I'd be like,
he just takes over the show.
I actually think he probably has good diaphragm control. That's why he's so loud.
Yeah, he wouldn't have as many
I didn't
plosions.
think of that. Anywho, so
before you lose the show.
Before I lose the show. So going into our kind of like last question before we get to rapid fire action. First Mike is the name of this show, and we haven't heard about your first time on stage. We've been jumping around. It's been a conversation. That's why people watch, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. My first time on stage was here in Columbus.
Nice.
At Scully's Music Diner.
Beautiful.
They used to have an open mic. I'm trying to think. I think it was on a Tuesday.
Sure.
This was literally, COVID was just rolling back.
Okay.
And that was one of the reasons where it's like I'd been penned up. A lot of frustrated energy. I think a lot of us did, you know.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember my first set. Like that's it. I remember everybody I met that night because I'm still friends with many comics that we like. There were a couple of us where that was our first night.
That's awesome.
And so we made some good friendships and stuff. I remember I had a bit in there about Maury Povich.
That's awesome.
Because I mean, like I don't even remember. I just wanted to talk about how everybody like had the same like reaction, whether it was good or bad. It was just everybody was just like, yes, yes, yes. You know, like like somebody came up off that couch and the other person's hand went in their face or they went running. And we always wanted, like, you know, that cameraman had to be like cardio. He had to work out all the time because he'd just be chasing them down the hallway.
Yes.
Oh God. Like I miss Maury. We miss you.
He has I think he has a podcast.
Does he?
I think so.
God.
It's like I'm pretty sure it's a podcast shot similarly to this.
I should know this. This is what's wrong with America. We're so disconnected.
I think I'm pretty sure.
Did you guys know that Maury Povich had a podcast?
Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
Yeah, correct him. No,
please leave a long message and tell me how bad I am.
I'm gonna check this out.
It's engagement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a podcast because I think I saw Josh Johnson was on it or something.
Oh, that would be an amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I only saw like a clip of it, so now I got to go find and listen.
I would love to like watch him go back and like rewatch and like almost do commentary, being like, "Oh, this bitch," you know,
or like the old school like voiceover commentary, like of like a movie.
Yeah.
Just have him do that for all of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
him and is it Steve, or is that no? Steve was Jerry Springer's guy.
Thinking Jerry Springer? Yeah.
Get Steve anyways. He's got a show.
Was it Steve Wilco?
Wilcox.
Yeah,
Wilcox. What's something? Wilco. Wilcox. Steve Wilcox.
Yeah. On par with Maury Povich. This is why we have Brandon. Brandon is a producer.
On par. So it's a golfing podcast.
I'm about to say, is it spelled like the golfing term? On par with Maury Povich. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Now we got to find and listen to it.
Plug. Yeah, this show is brought to you by On Par with Maury Povich.
Please pay us. Thank you. We appreciate you. Sponsorship bucket below for tips. Not because we broke, but because we want sponsors.
Yeah.
That'd be a great spot. Could you imagine if Maury Povich was like,
podcast sponsoring another podcast?
Yeah, it's fine.
That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, if anybody could do it, Maury Povich.
What if it was just like he just like sent some marketing materials? Would that count as sponsoring? I think that like maybe
Maury, whatever you can do.
send us some free stuff.
Thank you.
And we'll promote the hell out of you.
I was gonna say have us on as a guest, but we're not big enough for that yet.
Yeah. No, but you should come on here as a guest and talk about your first show.
I would love that.
That would actually be.
You imagine
so
Maury
cool.
Povich coming on this thing? That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
So, okay, I do have to go to my phone for rapid fire now.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of myself. Brandon, I remembered all the questions. I think. Let's see. We'll see. Did I get them all? Yes, I did. Okay, so rapid fire action. First question. Your favorite Columbus comic, not including you. And for those that don't know and can't see, obviously, there are other Columbus comics in this room, so it's going to be real funny and interesting to hear his response.
It's not him.
It's not him. Damn.
No, I love him. I love him. Shout out to Laurent Crowder. I fucking love Laurent Crowder.
Laurent is here right now.
I actually just told him not too long ago, like, hey, you say some shit online that I want to like, but if my partner saw it, I'd get in so much trouble. I'll laugh at him at the club, but I can't do it in like social media. That's where you get in trouble. I look at his post the way I look at like big titty bitches too. You know, like where it's just like, ha ha, but I can't like it. She's watching. You know.
Why is this on my feed?
I don't know that I have, because like a lot of like that's a tough one.
Sure.
Like on a. Because who do you consider a Columbus comic? Like, because one of my favorite comics that is active in Columbus, but he's not a Columbus native, is Josh Ostroff.
Sure.
I love him. Ty Moore, he's a Columbus comic, but he's technically not a Columbus native either.
fair.
He's from up north. I love Ty Moore.
Yeah.
Amber Falter is an absolute machine out there on stage.
Yeah.
Henry Allen is another one.
Yeah.
I'll name off two more. Neff Johnson. I love the hell out of him. And Alex Maluchnik.
Yeah.
There. I named off a bunch.
There you go. Now nobody can complain.
But Laurent Crowder is above and beyond the funniest comedian I've ever seen. His kid's in the room, so I want to make
His
sure
kid
that-
is
yeah,
in the room.
yeah.
She is right there.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
adorable, and she's probably like, "Why did he not say her name, Daddy?" Well, you did, so we're good. What's also dope is I can say this. He's the next episode, so make sure you finish this and then watch the next one. If you got to wait next week, awesome. I love the dedication. So no, that's great. So then, favorite comedian just in general throughout history.
So for those who don't know me, I do music comedy.
Yes.
I do stand up, but I also incorporate guitar and sometimes keyboard. The guy that nobody, like, honestly, I want more people to know about this guy, Dennis Blair.
Okay.
Yeah, every time I bring it up, comics, the only comic in Columbus who I've mentioned it to is, and they were like, you know him? It was Mike Larson. Yeah.
Of course.
And he was like,
Mike
how do you know Dennis Blair?
Yeah.
He's like the juggler. Dennis,
that's so funny.
Dennis Blair is this guy who he did music comedy.
Okay.
It still does. He's I
Sure.
think in Vegas. He opened for Carlin for like 15, almost 20 years or something shit like that. And Carlin wanted somebody who could get the audience going.
Yeah.
You know, like truly, and this guy could do it all.
Yeah.
But he would stand up there on stage and people would shout out like, do AC/DC, and he'd be like, I have an acoustic guitar, asshole. What do you expect me to do? You know? And like I for the first few years of doing stand-up comedy, I wanted to just do stand-up comedy.
Sure.
I had been a musician before, and a few comics kind of pushed me, and I just wanted to make sure like I could write a good joke, like I that I had the time.
Sure.
But one day I kind of happened back across his stuff, and I was like, this would be fun, you know, if I could write my own bits and stuff.
Yeah.
And so the comedian that pushed me over the edge, and I found him in high school, he's Dennis Blair. Look up his stuff. It's hard pressed to find.
Yeah.
But it's good material.
I'm have to check him out because I think that's the first comic that's been mentioned as a favorite overall comic that I've not heard of, or at least like because there's some that I'm like, yeah, I've heard of him. I just haven't seen
He's
his
pretty
stuff.
cool, but you probably never heard of him, right? I'm a bit of a comedian hipster.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so this is an interesting question for you. I think it's a question I love to hear from other folks just because it's, you know, spreading more consciousness or awareness of open mics. But for you, this is really interesting to hear. What is your favorite open mic in the city of Columbus?
Okay.
Do you want me to broaden the scope for you?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, I'll stick to that because
Okay.
I'm not gonna pick one. I'm terrible. I don't ever have one real favorite. Except I sometimes favor my own stuff because I'm sometimes proud of things. I do love my mic every Wednesday at the Valley because it is becoming like it is going to become. It already has like a last stop. I like a good last stop mic where people can come out and hang out. However, the Attic is also that night, and the Attic is a great mic that I rarely get to go to because I'm doing my home. Even when I had a little break there, it's like I had a new baby and I couldn't make out. I love the Attic to death.
Yeah.
If you're a comic in the middle of the week, they've always got a tight room. But the other one that you'll find me at consecutively every week that's not mine is the hashtag open mic. It's every Friday.
Yeah.
It's in the short north here in Columbus. If you're out roaming and doing your own thing and you have time to kill, it's well after. It's close to like 11 p.m. before they get started.
Really? Yeah.
I'm always there.
Yep.
Because that's where everybody congregates. It's another like last stop of the night. You know, if a lot of comics who are around the city, they've done other shows and everything.
Yep.
Even if they're not performing, they'll often show up just to like hang out in the green room.
Yep.
Or
parking lot.
Smoke some weed, and Zach Harley is usually the host. Hannah Romes is kind of the other host there. Columbus isn't short of good open mics. Like I somebody posted here recently, like we have so many mics this night. We need more mics this night. The reality is like we have mics every night.
Yeah.
There's bigger cities that don't have this as much going on.
Yeah.
And that's just a testament to how dedicated Columbus is.
Yeah.
Not just enough comics to support those, but audience willing enough to put up with our shit. Maybe that's just, I think that's about it. Like that's why we love Columbus, is it's enough, the Midwestern malaise where they're just like, we're willing to put up with this. You know, they're willing to put up with our abuse.
Yes. And that self-mutilation too.
Yeah. There's kind of
like, he is bombing. He knows.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows.
And he's loving every minute of it. He's going to run the light bombing.
Right. He is 100% going to run that thing. That's too funny. Well, no, I love that, and I'm not surprised by the answer, but I'm also like, that's a solid answer from you.
Yeah. I love my open mics
for sure. So, few more questions. Could you, with your material, do an hour stand-up special?
Oh yeah,
really?
yeah. No, I've headlined out. I joke about like I've headlined everywhere but my own home city. I've done over an hour because I have the guitar. That's a huge thing where it's like I can either open up with it or I can interject it wherever I want.
Exactly.
But oftentimes it's fun just to have it sit there, come out and do the material I want.
Yep.
Pick up the guitar, do a couple songs, take a break and put it down, and then close it out. So like I have over an hour in just the music at this point.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's too much. None of it, like, it's all recorded, but none of it's online. Like I need to do something with it.
Yeah, you do.
But that's the game I'm playing right now. I have a version that is a rock opera where it tells one particular story.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a live recording of that here, I think, in June. More details. Hopefully we can put those in the. I'll comment them when this comes out. I'll put
love
some
that.
details.
Yes.
It's going to be a live recording. Some of these songs people already know. I'll be putting out little versions of them so that people can learn them. I want people to sing along.
There you go.
I've always been a community show guy.
Yeah.
And so I want the community to be a part of my first special.
I love that.
I think that'd be a special thing.
No, a special thing. Anyway, that was cute.
Thanks.
Okay, so last question.
Gay.
Because Brandon hit me with my timer. And I love it because I need that. Actually, sorry. Two questions.
Wrap it up, man.
Rude. One, best way that you deal with hecklers.
Oh yeah. I got frustrated because there's some Facebook guy who his whole character, he's got this character who goes, oh okay, and that is it. Like I just like I most of the time it's just kind of like whatever you have to sure. I like to acknowledge what they say and then just tell like let's talk about what you just said and how stupid you sound. Even if it's funny, it's like you're stupid for talking. Like that's my line, like
it's my line.
Especially when they say something really clever. Yeah. You just point and be like, you just ruined my joke. Like even if you weren't going to say it, just tell them you ruined my joke, man. Make them feel bad for it. Make the audience hate them for being funny.
Shame. No, that's good. I love that. And then two last questions. Least favorite social media and then favorite social media.
Least favorite. I don't go anywhere near Twitter. Like I've only recently started using Threads, and people are like, "It's just Twitter," and I was like, "Yeah, I guess." I'm not a big social media user.
Okay.
I think I like Reddit, but I don't use it as a social media.
Fair.
I guess my favorite social media is Facebook Marketplace. I think I've heard other comics say that, but I just love Facebook Marketplace because I love going on there and just searching mirrors.
Okay.
Yeah, because people don't know how to take pictures of mirrors without them being in it. yeah, that's a fun one to search. Or TV, and then looking for old tubes.
That's
because people don't realize it's a mirror, And so you'll be scrolling, you'll be like, "Are those? Yep, that's a guy's balls." Yeah, it must have been cold, So that's the one I probably get the most use out of. I'll lose it. It's like Temu, It's like it gets you. You just keep scrolling.
I want to see because I know you can do your For You on Marketplace, and I need to see your For You Marketplace because it's just mirrors and TVs.
Mirrors, TVs, and Transformer toys. I never buy any, but I'm just like,
that looks wonderful.
That's pretty.
That's your social media. You're just looking at it.
That's my autism.
I wish you could. I love it. But speaking of social media, where can people find you, whether it's social media or website stuff too?
Yeah, Def Goldblum with an underscore at the end of it across social media. On Tik, I'm mostly active on Instagram and
Sure.
I guess Facebook because I play a lot of parodies of golden oldies.
Love
and
that.
old people are on Facebook. So
yes.
but I think I'm most active on Instagram. I am on TikTok and the others, but yeah, Def Goldblum, the little underscore at the end.
Yeah. So this is going to be airing what do we say, late April, right? Late April. Any shows, any events, things like that coming out around that time?
At that exact time, well, yeah, actually, possibly. We haven't set the exact date, but I've got 2 different shows that operate. Keep an eye out for Date Night with Def. It's a fun relationship advice show that I run where comedians, you can submit questions and then comedians get to give you questionable advice. I saw Delilah, that radio show, and she gives bad advice. I was like, if this bitch can do that, I can.
You can give bad advice.
Yeah. And then the Late Night Double Feature is a show that I run where I feature with another comic that I love, or I pick somebody else that I love, and it's like a community show. And so those will be returning after a brief hiatus. Starting end of April and into May. So
sweet.
Yeah, you can check those out, or always come to the open mic at the Valley.
Come to the open mic at the Valley
every Wednesday.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's great. Laron's been there.
It's true.
There you go. So thank you so much, dude, for doing this. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
This is awesome. It's great. So like I always say at the very end, if you're watching this, thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Comment on his comment because he's going to comment some stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to say bad stuff. Let's get banned together.
Let's get banned together. Let's get a strike at the same time. I'm kidding. YouTube, please don't give us a strike. We need this show. But one of the last things I always love to say is thank you so much for Rehab Tavern for hosting us. If you haven't been to Rehab, make sure you come out. 456. I only know that because it's counting.
Yeah.
And I come here often. 456 West Town Street. Make sure you show up, get yourself a drink. I think they say it's the Clean Dive, which is a great name, a great way to say it. And it is.
It is.
The floor was recently wiped.
And it's a nice little neighborhood. It's one of those places where it's a cool, especially spring, summer, you can get a drink and then go for a nice little walk.
Yes.
I love this area of town.
Franklinton, if you don't know. So
nice spot.
There we go. Thanks, dude.
Thank you, Ira.
Oh, go check the podcast out too.
Yeah, the Mari Povich one. On par with Mari Povich. We're coming for you, Mari. We're coming. We're gonna be best friends, you and I. I'm gonna try to convince him to grow a beard. I think Mari Povich would look great with a beard, don't you?
Have him do the what was it? David Letterman.
Yeah. Oh, so big.
I'm still holding my. It's okay. It's still recording.